Good afternoon and welcome to Elevate Your Business with Kent Boehm. And today we get the joint pleasure of interviewing, spending a few minutes with Tyler McCombs of Devon Lang. Tyler, welcome to Elevate Chat. Tell us a little about Devon Lang and what makes you guys unique and fun and different.
Well, hi there, Kent. Thank you so much for having me on your show today. Really excited to be here and talking a little bit about my journey with Devon and Lang. Devon and Lang is an underwear company. We're based here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And we like to say that we make life-changing underwear. And yeah, it's not something I'm sure you hear all the time, right? But something we're really proud of. We make underwear for both men and women. We've got our own patented design on our men's boxer briefs. We make them from modal, which is just an unbelievably soft fabric that truly, once you wear it, you'll never go back to wearing any other sorts of underwear. But when I say life-changing, I don't just mean changing your life, the life of the person who's actually wearing the underwear. We're trying to make an impact and change the lives of people in our communities as well. And so that's why we're starting a buy a pair, give a pair program for our underwear, where every time someone purchases a pair of Devon Lang men or women's underwear, we're actually donating a pair to a person in need. So we've partnered with a few charities here in the city in Calgary, as well as out east, that we're working with to try and really make an impact on more than just your and my butt. We want to be able to really try and do more with what we're doing with our brand. So that's a little bit about kind of Devon Lang and what our mission is.
That's fantastic. Any idea why your clients would buy your product versus the others? What makes it unique?
Yeah, so there's a few things that make our products unique. The real big priority that we wanted to have, I'll talk about our men's boxers first. With our men's boxer briefs, we have a pouch-based design boxer. So I'm sure people in the audience may have heard of companies like Saks or Beneath or some of these guys who make this pouch boxer. We've got our own patented design that creates our pouch boxer, but anyone can really have a pouch boxer these days. What makes ours unique really is we wanted to make a boxer that was going to last a lot longer. When I first started Devon and Lang, the idea came when my wife and I were on vacation in Hawaii. We went for this romantic walk down the beach at sunset, and midway through this walk, I ripped a hole in my boxers right in the thigh, started chafing. I was so uncomfortable. I went, why am I paying, $30-$40 for premium underwear that's just not lasting very long for me? And so we've created a special, inner thigh panel to our boxer that is a near frictionless fabric. It wicks moisture away as you move throughout the day. And you're not going to rip holes in it either. So it's going to last a really long time for you, especially for guys. Where do you rip holes in your boxers? It's always in that thigh area. So our boxers last a lot longer. They're made from really premium fabrics. And like I said, we're also trying to do more than just get great boxers on your body, but also try and make an impact on the communities around us. And that's something that some of these other companies that are doing underwear aren't doing right now. And we want to be able to be more, like I said, than just an underwear company. And we want to give back in some way too.
That's pretty cool. What's the biggest challenge you've overcome since starting in business? How did you tackle it? How did you solve it? What's the outcome today?
Yeah. So I think, like a lot of new businesses that have started within the last 3 years, the biggest challenge was COVID, pandemic that came around. We launched our company back in August of 2019. So we had about 6 months or so before the world kind of imploded upon itself. And all the plans that, we had with Devon and Lang, which was to get into more, retail stores, those kind of stopped. We needed to find a way to pivot. And so I spent about a month or so sulking, trying to figure out like what it was that I'm going to do. But what happened, Kent, was I was watching the news and somebody was showing how to turn your t-shirt into a face mask. And I realized, oh my goodness, we have connections. We could probably try and create something that there's a need for right now. And at that time, it was face masks. And we just decided to go, let's just make 200 pairs and you can put them out to the world and see if there's interest. And within 5 days, those 200 were sold out. And we did 500. And then in 3 days, the 500 that we had were sold out. And then we went, okay, well, I guess we're doing thousands now. And so, we were able to pivot our business, away from the underwear for a short period of time and start making products that we saw there was a definite need for in that moment. And fortunately, we were able to kind of, make that adjustment sooner than later. And actually, that challenge ended up helping our business grow quite a bit. We got picked up by CBC and Toronto Star and a few different news places who said, "Hey, if you need masks in Canada, here's a place that you can get those now." And so, being able to be nimble, I think, was one of the biggest things that allowed us to kind of benefit during the pandemic. And I think that people who, when these big things happened, when the companies that weren't able to make some adjustments were the ones that unfortunately kind of suffered the most during that time. Of course, now face masks are no longer a thing that many people are purchasing these days. To my sadness as a business owner, but my joy as a human being. And our goal has just been to work on transitioning those customers from being our mass purchasers to now buying our core products, which to us is our men and women's underwear and socks and other garments.
So in summary, it was a pandemic that was the obstacle. You tackled it by sulking a bit, but really looking at the strengths of the company and understanding where and how you could deploy those strengths to take advantage of or not take advantage, rephrase that, to reposition and leverage some of the relationships you had to fill a need that had kind of spontaneously overcome. So what's the outcome today? Gone back to 99% undergarments and growing strong.
Yeah, definitely. So we were able to use that time selling face masks, like I said, to kind of weather that storm as it came, use that as a different way to kind of grow our brand and continue growing awareness. And kind of early 2021, we noticed that, hey, you know what? The world is slowly beginning to reopen again. And so our goal really needs to be getting our core product into as many hands as we can. And so we've really been making a push on growing our brand, not just online anymore, but going back into retail stores. We're now in over 85 stores across Canada. So we're really happy to see the beginning of this growth for us. And we're really wanting to continue growing that brand and begin moving into the US as well by getting into some retail stores there too. That's really where we're trying to push ourselves in the upcoming year and currently as well.
Okay, so let's do a shameless plug. What retail stores could we find your product in?
Oh man, let's shamelessly plug it. That sounds great to me. Well, you can find us at the Bay. So you can find us at the
Oh,
Bay at a few stores in Alberta here, as well as on the Bay's online website. Here in Calgary, there's another store called Adesso Man, which has been just an amazing company we've been able to partner with. Market Spot YYC stocks us. Ginger Laurier down in Okotoks stocks us. The Social Spot out in Cochrane stocks us. There's quite a few different places that you
oh.
can buy our products from. And of course, we have a warehouse here in Calgary too. So you can always come and visit us at our warehouse. We share it with another amazing Calgary company called Local Laundry, who makes those cool YYC and CAN sweaters. So if you need some need to be really cozy with some great underwear and sweaters, we got that for you here at our warehouse as well.
So what industry do you consider yourself in? Undergarment, clothing, what would be the sector or
Yeah,
niche that you're in?
I mean, we're definitely in, I would say, the apparel industry. I think our subcategory would be into the, intimates and basics
Okay.
apparel is probably where it would be classified, in that sort of world.
What would be, when you look out the next 18 to 24 months, what are the biggest top three challenges you think that industry faces or your industry?
Well, I think some of the challenges is going to be navigating in a post-COVID world. And this is going to be it's for apparel just in general. Um, right now there's a lot of uncertainty as to where people are buying. We've seen consistently online sales are dropping, not just here, but just everywhere. People are now going back into retail stores. And so that's a great thing, but it's still a challenging thing, not just for us, but also for the stores that stock us as well. They are dealing with that uncertainty of trying to figure out how much product do I need? When do I need it? How do I get this product in the right hands at the right time? And so What that has caused as a challenge for us is making sure that we have the right product in our warehouses to get out to these stores when they need it as quickly as possible. So we're really trying to balance that, along with, all the money that we have in our business is tied up, I should say majority of it, in our products themselves. That's where a lot of our money is in. And so being able to make sure we're ordering the right products when we need them and get them here in time, of course, with the all the shipping delays that are going on this day and age too, it's definitely causing some creative sort of thinking to figure out what's going to be the right products to get to the right people and get from here into the hands of our customers as well.
Kind of I think a three-part question. I'll see if I can do it in order. So when you think back 3.5 years ago, 3 years ago when you started in business,
Yes.
what was the definition of to be successful for you then back then? What did it mean to have a successful business when you first launched and created this thing, Devon and Lang?
Well, back then, there was two parts to it, I guess. I was before I started at Devon and Lang, I actually worked at Apple for about 10 years. So I spent 10 years working for Apple, and I had a great, paying job at Apple doing that sort of thing. Everything was good for me, but I really wanted to try and create something that that was my own. I was really into Hamilton back in the day, the musical. And so that idea of like, what is your legacy? What is this thing that you want to leave behind, in the world? And for me, at least, a successful business was trying to just make my mark in the world in some way. And so that was kind of what the original idea for a successful business was to me.
Has it changed? Do you have a new theory or methodology of what a successful business is or should or could be?
Yeah, I'd say that it has changed a little bit. I don't think that initial idea has moved away, but I think there's just more has been added onto it as to what a successful business could be. One of the things now is that now that I'm not at Apple anymore, and this is my full-time career, successful business has to make money and allow me to take care of my children and my wife. And I want to make sure that I'm growing a business in a way where we can, be profitable and I can provide my children with the life that I want them to have, which is one piece, obviously. But then the other piece is going, I have a rare opportunity as a business owner to try and make an impact on the world beyond just my family and my business itself. And to me, success now is, at least another facet of it, is what are we doing as a business to impact the world in a positive light. And so to me, that means when it comes to the creation of our garments, making them in ways that have the least amount of impact on the environment as we can, which is one of the reasons why we use Modal in our products. It's a fabric that uses literally 20 times less water than cotton to make the exact same amount of fabric. So it has a really it has a much better impact on the world than some of the other garments that are made out there. And then of course, how can we give back and make sure that the people that are in our communities can be supported by us? And so we're wanting to find ways we can give back. And I think success to me means that we're kind of balancing all three of those different aspects. What's the legacy I can leave? What can I do to make sure that my business is profitable and that I can keep doing it? And then how can we use this business to impact the world around us positively?
That's pretty cool. That's awesome. That was a great answer. So in closing, I think you said it, but let's ask the question anyway. What do you want to be known for?
I want I want to be known. I mean, oh man, it's such a hard thing. My roundabout last answer, I think, is more or less what I would be known for. But really, I want to be known for the lives that we touch. Ultimately, I want to be known for making a product that people can believe in. I want to be known for giving back to the community in different ways. And, in the end, we didn't talk about why the company is named Devon and Lang, but, Devon is my daughter's name. Her name is Devonay, and Lang is my grandfather's last name. And so we wanted to look at our garments from a generational standpoint, what made it great in the past, how we can bring that into the future. And in the end, what I want more than anything is to make my grandfather and daughter proud of what I'm doing, because that's what's on their name. That's going to be their legacy as well, I hope.
That's pretty cool. Thank you very much. And one more shameless plug. It's Devon and Lang. Where can they find you online?
Yes, you can find us at devonandlang.com. We are on TikTok now as well, where you can find us at Devon and Lang, and same thing at on Instagram. So if you want to see me talking a lot about different things, those are some great places to follow us. And you can also find me if you want to reach out to me on LinkedIn at Tyler J McCombs. I'd love to connect with you there too.
It's fantastic. Thank you very much. You've been a great host. Your answers are fantastic, and I'm looking forward to sharing your story with as many people as possible.
Thank you so much, Ken. It was a real pleasure.
Have a great week.